So here we are. We are going to talk about Greek organizations and how to travel fundraise. This is my weekly Travel Talk Tuesday, and I have a lovely co-host today, Mr. Zach Shaid. And who are you representing today?
Hey, Omega Sci-Fi. Hey.
As you can see, I am representing Zeta Phi Beta sorority, and hopefully my Sigma Gamma Rho rep will come in and take a lovely seat. If you are Greek and want to ask a question, you can post a question. You can try to join the seat if a seat is open. But we're just going to have a talk about why we think Greek orgs can benefit from travel fundraising from an individual standpoint and from a chapter standpoint. Now, I know for me, my organization, we always traveling. We have state conference, regional conference, retreats, national conference. You just need to go here conference. So there's at least I want to say between all the regions there at least has to be about 4 to 5 conferences you have to go a year. And then we're not even talking about the social things that people do because every organization has some kind of annual or regional type social event. I know definitely for the Qs, it's the boat cruise. Y'all's boat cruises are worldwide. There's always a boat cruise, and there's always I know people. I'm in DC, and people are traveling to Philly to go to. I think there's a big one that's up in Philly. People are going to. I know when I was in South Carolina, people used to travel from various states to come to those types of events. I know for the blue and white with the Sigmas, it was always a blue and white weekend and pick a state because that's just how it is. And wouldn't it be nice if you had somebody in your chapter or in your Greek social network that could actually do the bookings for you? I mean, I used to do it. I found it fun personally because you get to connect with so many people, and then at the end of the trip, you actually get to make back the money you spent.
Right. Exactly. I mean, it just makes too much sense. I mean, like right now, my bros, the Omegas, Vegas is coming up in July. So,
yes,
why not have somebody that's in your chapter that can book all of that for you? And, it's going to benefit that person, or you can have it to where it benefits the chapter. Imagine having, something in the chapter's name where everybody books their travel, and then now the chapter's getting some kickback on it, to raise money for the chapter. So it's it just makes sense, to have somebody as a liaison for travel inside of fraternities and sororities. Like you said, there's always something. Like one of my frat brothers reached out to me 2 months ago, needing a hotel for one of the conferences he was going to. So why would he go to anybody else except me, knowing he can come to me and get whatever he needs? So it just makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Travel just makes sense generally. People are going to travel anyway, so we might as well just help them. But I mean, some of the things, and I think after talking to a couple of my SARs and some of the Greeks that I know, the misconception is that for them, in order for them to fundraise with travel, they have to be a legit 501c3, which is not necessarily true because the Girl Scouts do travel-based stuff, trips and cruises and things like that. They don't have 501c3s. Each chapter doesn't have one. You don't generally need one per chapter. You just need to prove that you are part of a 501c3 because I don't even think most churches have it. That's why, they're going after them for other stuff. A lot of the suppliers, from what I've seen, you just need the documentation to say that yes, your organization is a 501c3 and you are a chapter of the main organization. But think about it this way. This is things that I think about. So you're going to Vegas in July, which I'm kind of jealous I can't go because I love Vegas. But imagine getting one of the hotels next door. Like imagine getting Planet Hollywood, which is a beautiful hotel connected to shopping. Imagine getting a block at Planet Hollywood that you can have, and then imagine having the rooms at a lower price, possibly even lower than what the convention price is going to be. And then all you have to do is tell the hotel, hey, this is the price, but I'm going to tack on an extra $10 to $15 because it's going to be a fundraiser. All you have to do as a Greek organization is when you promote the price of the hotel, you give them the inflated price and ask for a down payment up front. When you get the initial down payment for the room up front, you take your cut from the front. And then you go ahead and add it to the list, to your rooming list, and you send it to the hotel. Now, being fact that I know at this point I probably just scared half the Greeks by saying this, Your travel agent is the one that's going to maintain that. All you have to do is market and actually work to collect the money with the travel agent. The travel agent will keep track of the rooming list. The Greek organization can hold on to the money until it's time to make a payment, but you work with your travel agent. So you don't have to stress yourself. But those are different things. Or if you really want to do a good fundraiser, and this is something that you can steal, throw a pool party. They have pool party passes on Arc Marketplace, and I believe it's $40 for 2 or 3 days, and you go to like 3 or 4 pool parties each day. Buy them in bulk for $40, resell them back for $50.
Wow. Wow.
And
that easy. You said it's an Arc Marketplace?
ArcMarketplace.com. It's for travel agents.
Wow. So it just goes from city to city, wherever a pool party is, you can book it.
And the pool party is in Vegas. You'll go to some of the top pool parties in Vegas that you normally can't get into. At least either you're actually on the special list. Mm-hmm. You're a guest of the hotel type situation. You can actually do a party bus, set up to have a party bus in Vegas and make money off the party buses where they actually stop at the various hotels. The various major clubs and things like that. There's a lot of ways for Greek organizations to make money. For this area, what I've been talking to my chapter about doing is, we have the Redskins and we have the Ravens here. Mm-hmm. Why don't we go ahead and use my services, purchase football tickets, because we actually can start buying football tickets for next season.
Right.
Some of them are going to start coming out soon, because I think the schedule's coming out soon. We can actually sit there and say, hey, we're going to talk about Redskins, but we're going to say, hey, let's go get the tickets for Redskins versus the Cowboys, because they hate each other. Yep. And raffle those tickets off. So you might pay, say, $200 for those tickets to get some good seats, and then raffle them off for like $25, because it will be worth it, because those tickets start in the hundreds. Mm-hmm. So if somebody $25, $50 and earn $200 tickets, and you may have sold 50 tickets, you'd have made your money back.
Wow. See, you already gave me an idea, because all those big Atlanta Falcon games too here in the area. So I can buy them tickets now and then do a raffle.
Exactly. You can just do a raffle. And the benefit of having your own agent in your chapter, for us, we're agents. We got our chapter. They need to raise money for community service. I don't know about you, but you can only do so many restaurant week type events. So many, for us, it's the candle sale type stuff. Mm-hmm. Why not, since we have access to the free trip certificates, why we could actually donate 1 or 2 of them and turn that into a raffle and raffle it off inside of a travel gift basket type situation. I've actually talked to them about, and you can have this idea too, Super Bowl party. Have a Super Bowl party with the chapters, right? Mm-hmm. Talk to Aaron's, Rent-A-Center, because they can only rent the product for a certain time, and then they have to get rid of it. They can't. They don't just keep it. Have them donate a TV for the show, for the thing. Raffle the TV off. And then on top of it, at the end of the game or during halftime, raffle off a big ticket game for the next season.
Oh, wow. Those are some great ideas.
There's all different types of things that you can do. For the ladies, for my non-football people, we can do spa weekends.
Yep.
Every major city has spa hotels where you can do spa weekends. You can set it up with the chapter and with the hotel, and you can do a spa weekend at the hotel. And that can be great for bonding situations for the ladies. They can come out, get their spa on. We can do training. We can even ask for donations or whatever. Because technically what it is that the whole case is when you set it up, you have it set up in a way where you can get that deposit. The deposit is always important for things like that, because you want people to commit. For most things, you want them to commit. Mm-hmm. So you can take that deposit to hold their space for the event and take your cut off the top.
Wow. Yep.
And you let people know that this is a fundraising activity, so that a portion of the price is going to go towards whatever fundraising scholarship or whatever that you're doing.
Makes total sense. Makes total sense. I mean, because I remember, you know, especially in undergrad when we had to raise money for stuff and we did raffles. It's like, wow, imagine if I'd have had this opportunity back then to where we could do tickets and the spa days. Oh man, yep. So definitely some great ideas that I know because my chapter does so much down here that we can definitely embrace a lot of that. The Super Bowl party, like you said, one of them, but even stuff we do for the kids here, like we do the stuff for the kids, giving away stuff. I mean, we can have so much stuff we can do that we can incorporate into this. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many different things that can be done because what it is for certain things that happen, like for instance with the kids up here, we have Hershey Park that's near us. You
Mm,
know, Hershey Park is awesome for any ages, especially if you love chocolate. You must go.
right.
But if we can get discounted tickets to go to Hershey Park, but then sell the tickets for the regular price. You know, and even out of the realm of the travel agent actually making a commission, we have access to get discounted tickets for a lot of different things, a lot of different events and stuff like that. So we can help by cutting the cost on different things. And so, like with Hershey Park or even Six Flags over Georgia, you know, if tickets are normally $50, let's just say, but because we're going to book it as a group and everything, we can get it for say $40. We can still sell it for $50 and still make a $10 profit per head. You know, those are things that, you know, a lot of organizations don't really look at. They just look at the total price. They don't look at the discounts of being a group. Because when you travel as a group, there are a lot of added benefits. Now, my favorite fundraiser for everybody to do, go take a cruise. If you want money, get on a ship.
Yep, them cruises, yeah, definitely. And so, hey, look, so with those tickets though, that's through golden tickets, right? For the sporting.
Mm-hmm. Golden tickets and applause tickets. I'm going to look for some more because I need more.
You said applaud tickets?
Applause.
Applause. Now is that one of the vendors we have to register with to the back office, or you just
You just go to their website and register.
okay?
Not all vendors we have to register directly are in the back office. A lot of times I just Google commissionable and whatever I'm looking for.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Applause. Let me
You
jot.
like that football I did, didn't you?
Yeah. Let me jot this down right now. Okay.
But there's a lot of different things that we can do, and there's things that we can incorporate with things we may already be doing. Because, like, I know for some organizations, some people feel we have to actually, if the organization booked a hotel at a certain hotel, we have to book that hotel to support them and X, Y, and Z. I've been schooling people that the organization is not making any money. They don't make money when we book at the hotel. Now, whoever booked it, whoever your travel agent is for the organization, oh, they're making a killing
Right.
doing that because they'll get a 10% commission off of every room night. Every room night, they'll get a 10% commission. And then if they set it up properly, they're going to get reward points for every single night. And then there's going to be inclusions that they're going to get for the hotel, for the host. But the organization is not making any money. They're not getting a check on the backhand unless they've set up something to do that, which doesn't make sense because you want to get the lowest price possible. But if you book on the side and actually book another, like for instance, I can give you a prime example. I have a block for the Zeta Phi Beta sororities Boule in July in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, in Orlando. Now the host hotel is $160 a night. It's the Hilton Convention Center, I think. It's $160 a night. I went a mile down the road. I found another Hilton hotel. It's $109 a night, and you get breakfast every day.
Hmm. So when you got this block, did he made you put a down payment down for however many rooms?
Nope. There's various ways to set up a block when it comes to the hotels. You can do one where there's a rooming list, and when you do a rooming list, you basically have to keep sending them a list of names and who's in what room, and they'll set it up, and then you have to do the deposits. I never do that because then the responsibility falls back on you. I always do individual pay. So they'll give me a block of 50 rooms, and then by a certain date, We were going to go back and review to see if we need more rooms, if we don't need more rooms. If we're not filling it fast enough, we lose rooms. So by a certain day, whatever rooms are not filled, they're gone. And the money, it comes from the actual person. They will book through the private site or the group code. Sometimes some hotels will require one night deposit. Most don't. It just depends on the hotel or where you're going.
Wow. Okay. Good stuff. So how would you, even as like for the fraternities and sororities, if we block, how would they get the commission off that then? Like once you block it, if people are paying it individually, how did that commission come in?
The commission comes in because in the end, it's all under one group code. So you can have 70 reservations, but they all connected to this one group code. So when everyone is done checking out, they'll say at the end of the day, this group booked $100,000 in rooms. So you get 10% of that. They will actually send the travel agent representative a breakdown of how many rooming nights they had of each style of room, and they'll tell you what your commission is. And then within 30 to 90 days, just depending on the dates of the trip and their procedure for getting the money to the agency, 30 to 90 days you paid. And what you can do is you can turn around and say to your agent, to the organization, and say, well, look, I will give you 5% of whatever commission we make. So the more you fill, the bigger your commission. Now, I know for some people watching, they're like, wait a minute, so I'm just going to give up 5% of my commission? Yes. You know why? You now can write that off at the end of the year as a charitable donation.
Yep.
Because you donate 5% of your commission to a charitable organization.
That's right. Wow. Hey, if y'all watching this replay, she is dropping some major nuggets right now, because I'm just sitting here like my mind is going, because if I'd have known what I know now before the bros start booking Vegas, we could have blocked out all these rooms for my entire chapter here with that group code. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
You still can though. You still can, because you're still not too far away where you can contact some of the hotels on the strip and let them know what you're doing. And that you want to get a block, we're part of the Omega Psi Phi conclave that's coming. I know we coming because they know y'all are coming. They get told. The hotels get told about big conventions that are coming. So, don't let them act like they don't know what you're talking about. And you want to know, can you provide us with a block of rooms? The rate for the convention is this. Can you beat this? Or give us better inclusions on top of it? A lot of the times they can and they will, because they want part of that money too. They want the money anyway. And I mean, you're going during a high season, but Vegas is really a high season almost year round. I've gone three different times in 3 different seasons, I think. But yeah, you definitely can go and still get it. And if you work the contract properly, if you can get reward points, you can get a free room. So like for average hotel, for every 15 rooms you book, you get one free. That's average for hotels and for cruises. They'll give you one complimentary room, or they'll give you one night use of the hospitality suite, and you just pay for for the food, but you can bring in your own liquor because we've done that before. They'll do different things. They'll do different things like that where book 15 rooms and the tour conductor gets one night free stay, or for every X amount of nights you book, we'll give you X amount of nights for free. So basically a night book, it is not, somebody booking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's one trip. They literally are counting each night. So if you have 50 rooms over a 3-day period, in all 3 days, you have every 50 room book, that's 50 nights a day. So that's 150 nights. And if your rate is say $100 and you're getting you do the math. That's some good money right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you was to turn around and donate it back to the chapter to go towards a scholarship, because I know scholarship is a big thing for a lot of organizations to be able to provide scholarships, because school is expensive.
Right.
School is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to roll in that dough, and I mean really rolling it like Scrooge McDuck used to do on DuckTales, do that cruise. I calculated with Royal Caribbean. If you do a 7-day cruise, you can make anywhere from $1,200 to $5,000 in money.
Wow. Booking cruises.
And that's just with 50 rooms.
Wow.
So imagine if you did more than that. And that's not even the commission. That's what's going straight to the chapter. That's not even talking about what the travel agent is going to make. With a Royal Caribbean on an average with a balcony room, you're going to get almost $300 because I booked one for me. I'm going in April and it's almost $300 because what you want to do is you want to include shuttle services automatically, include the insurance automatically because we get a 10% commission when we book travel services with them, and we get 16% commission just on the cruise itself.
Okay.
So if you have 50 cabins, let's see, I'm gonna open up my calculator real quick so I can give some hard numbers to people because I know I got some people talking about I can't add that fast. So if you have 50 cabins, and let's just say you're gonna get an average of $250 per cabin, and that's not adding anything else to it. That's not adding the extras or nothing. You just walked away with $12,500 in commission. And that's not including the $5,000 that's already going to the organization.
Wow, that's good stuff. Yeah, these cruises. Yeah, see, got to get on it.
It is. What I'm trying to convince my chapter to do slowly is, everybody does March of Dimes. Right. My thing with March of Dimes is great organization, great job, but everyone's hitting up everybody the same time of the year every single year. That can be annoying and tiring at the same time to continuously say, well, can you donate? After a while, some people just feel like they're begging, and people will just donate themselves and say, look, I put in my $25.50, I'm good, I'm not doing nothing else. Imagine saying, you know what? March of Dimes is a very important organization. We need to support premature babies and the issues with the mom. This is something that we need to look at. And this is something that the Black community is really affected by. How would you like to support March of Dimes by taking a trip to Sandals?
Wow. Yeah.
Sandals, they have an organization with Sandals and Beaches. For every room booked, they will give you $100. And here's the best part. You can go anytime over a 365 time period. So you don't have to go as a group. You can go whenever, wherever you want. Just book under the group code.
Wow.
And you want to make extra money with Sandals and Beaches? As a travel agent for the organization, let's just say the organization is having an event or something. You let Sandals know. If you set up a table to promote Sandals and Beaches, they'll give you an extra $100 right there on the spot for doing that, just for representing Sandals and Beaches at at one of your organizational events.
Wow. See, she's really dropping some nuggets on y'all because if you know, like I know, when the chapters always complain about not having any money, okay, she just gave multiple ways to generate some funds for your chapter. I mean, that's awesome. I never knew that. So if you just post up something for Sandals, they're gonna pay you for their brand being out there.
You have to actually hold an event. Let's just say you're having a scholarship ball, right? And you want people to book. Set up a Sandals table at the scholarship ball, and all of the documents and the brochures and stuff that you need, you're gonna get it for free anyway as an agent. They'll even send you the banner, I think. Wow. You'll set yourself up. You talk about it, and what you do is you get people to sign up on the spot. Oh, are you interested? Let me get your name and email information, and I will send you more information to go ahead and book and do all of that stuff. But once you show proof that you was there, take pictures and things like that, they'll add an extra $100 to your pocket.
Wow, that's good stuff. Again, y'all watching this replay, and you are in one of the Divine Nine organizations. Hey, there's no excuses now for not having money for the chapter. But there's so many different ideas she put out there as far as fundraisers that you all can do to generate income for the chapter. I mean, I'm really digging, like, especially the raffle. I'm going to do blocking all these hotels. Definitely. So it's all a matter of just staying ahead of the game, knowing when these conferences are going to be, and then just block them all out, get that group code.
Yep. And then the benefits. the benefits of having, well, the benefits of just being an agent in the travel industry. I mean, you make extra money, and I don't know what your dues look like. My dues is high for me.
Right.
So, but imagine if you become an agent and you represent your organization, your chapter, and stuff like that. You're not only booking the chapter trips, you're booking personal trips for them as well. So you're going to be bringing in even more income than just what the chapter is doing. You're going to be booking for your family, your friends, other Greeks, other co-workers. And as time goes on, guess whose dues are just paid? You don't have to sit there and worry about, oh man, I gotta sell 4 tickets, otherwise I'm gonna owe $100 at the end of the year. Nope. Oh, you need $100 here? Here's $100 right now because I can tell you I'm not gonna sell. But here's $100 because I just booked 5 trips for some other people. I have that commission coming. And we're not even going to. I don't even want to touch if you did a matrix. Oh my goodness.
Right. Absolutely. Wow. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, she is the guru. Yeah.
But there's a lot of benefits, and I mean, anybody watching this cannot disagree that the purpose, one of the many purposes of Greek organization, is to give back to the community and to take care of self. But you really can't do that without money, and you really should not rely on always having a handout, expecting the chapter to give you money or other chapters to do it with the scholarship banquets and stuff like that. Because after a while, it kind of gets old. You know, we all know you can correct me if I'm wrong, but once September gets here, it's nothing but a ball after ball after ball, and then December it's nothing but holiday parties.
Yep.
That can get crazy. Now I know I definitely want to get to the Kappa chapter down here, because what the Kappas do down here, they band together for their holiday party. They do a giant DC, Maryland area holiday party at this big old hotel. I just want to book the rooms.
Right.
That's all I want to do. I don't want to plan the party. I just want to book your rooms. I know they have a lot of people in there because, well, this particular chapter that I'm thinking about is rich, in my opinion. So, but they have this chapter, actually, one of their fundraisers, they gave away a brand new BMW.
Wow.
One of their chapter members owned a dealership, so it was a tax write-off for him. So as travel agents, we can give away trips. We have the ability to give away basically extremely discounted trips. Like I was looking at the certificates, and for $50, I can go say in like 8 or 9 different countries for 2 to 3 days. And all I got to do is give them $50. I'm sitting there like, where am I going?
Right.
There's a lot of different things that can be done.
Definitely a lot of perks.
Yeah, definitely a lot of perks. It's definitely a lot of perks, not just for the chapter, but it's also for the individuals, because with our agency IntelliTravel, we actually make 70% of all the commission from a trip. So for some people, that might seem like that's kind of low, but in reality, I've been doing travel agency stuff since like 2007. It used to be 20%. You know, if you found somebody that was giving you 30%, you know, you was doing a happy dance. So like when I originally saw 70%, I was like, wait, I had to call my friend back and be like, is this real? She was like, yeah. I said, okay, let me go research real quick. And then when I saw that if I did $5,000 in commission, I can earn 80%. I said, wait, I like that. You know, and I try to explain to people that when you have zero and you have the opportunity to bring in $100, that's 100 more than what you just had.
Absolutely.
I don't know that we travel. I know for me, coming from a female aspect and dealing with more of the sororities than the fraternities, a lot of them have kids that want to travel. And a lot of them don't have the time to travel, don't have the time to plan to travel, I would say. You know, so I can help them out finding great deals and discounts and things like that.
Yep, absolutely. So definitely, it's definitely something that everybody that's watching this, if you're in one of those organizations, you need to start thinking about, because it's a lot of missed income for yourself, and like she said, donating back to the chapter. I mean, it's a lot of good ideas she presented. So definitely something to look into immediately.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things, and it all will depend on your demographics, like where you're actually located. Like for you, Zach, because of where you are, you can easily do things. Go to the Tennessee mountains and do retreats out there. You're not really that far off to do like ski trips. I know definitely for us up here, we can go into. I can go to the Poconos and plan something. And there's a company I know that works this area very well that I can work with to earn extra money with to send the trip up there for that. There's a lot of different things. See, people just have to look outside of the box because it's not always about just raising funds. Think about it this way. I know a lot of big organizations and chapters, what they do with their youth groups, they go on college tours. If you can have somebody to help you find better rates and set everything up so you're not so concerned about where we're going to stay, how we're going to get there, but more on who's going to come and which schools we're going to, that's a great relief. And to have someone to plan everything out, to have the hotels ready for you, welcome for you, and you basically just go visit the schools. And the travel agent is gonna make the commission off of it, but they're doing their community service by helping you. You know what I mean? Community service to me is not all that's physical, and it's definitely not always financial. But if I can help my chapter plan something like that and make it easier so they can focus on what's important, then I've done my job for that day.
Absolutely, because you're saving somebody some time. I mean, they're pretty much investing in you because the knowledge you have can save them that stress level. So,
yeah. And it is as a travel agent, we have access to a lot more information than people think. You can go on Google, you can go on Travelocity, you can go on Expedia, and 5 hours later, I still will have better information than you did. It's because we're trained, we know the information. And I know one of the things, because I was talking to one of my SARs who's contemplating on actually joining us, her concern was time management. Will she have time to, do the training? And I said, the training's online. So if you can watch Scandal,
exactly,
you can do training. And like I told you before, leverage your DVR. I DVR my stuff, and when I get time for quiet time, that's when I'll watch my DVR, and I'm still doing something else. But there's always time for things that you want to do.
Oh yeah,
there's always time.
I tell one of my favorite quotes for this week is, "Stop making excuses, make adjustments." That's it. So,
yeah.
People always saying what they can't do. They don't have time for this, but you have time. Matter of fact, I just sent the email out to a couple of people on my list talking about how you can gain back 20 hours of your week. And it just really boils down to prioritizing, and cutting some of the extra junk out. So it can be.
Yeah. There's so many things. There's so many ways to fit travel in. There's so many different things that we do. Like up here, they do the Odyssey cruises a lot. There's so many ways to fit it in. So for instance, that they're going to do the big Omega cruise down here, and most people, the party starts 10, 11 o'clock at night. When it's done, for the ones that are drunk, they need someplace to go. And some people don't want the party to stop. So why have to worry about leaving and driving 45 minutes? Because, people travel 45 minutes, an hour, when you can sit there and say, okay, well, you know what? We're sponsoring this cruise, but if you don't want to stay late, or if you want to come early and visit the sites, we have this nice hotel block for you. So not only are you making money off the cruise tickets, you are now making money off the hotel block. You just leveraged the thing. You just leverage the needs of your clients. That's basically what it is. Even though we're in a Greek organization, even though we are nonprofit, we are still a business, and you have to look at it as a business. So you have to leverage the needs of your clients. If you know that you have a great following for this cruise, for this party, why not get a block of rooms? Because the Omegas down here, and they're good down here for this one. They have this Valentine's Day speed dating blackout party, and it has elevated from being in this one little small location to being in Crystal City in one of these big old hotels where they now have blocks of hotel rooms. And what people do is they book the hotel rooms early so they can come early, take their time getting dressed and getting ready, and they know they have that safety. I can go downstairs and get drunk, and all I got to do is come upstairs. I don't have to worry about driving. I don't have to worry about chasing somebody else from not driving. I can just go upstairs and continue to party when it's over. And guess what? They just make 2 sets of income now if they had a travel agent on their side.
Oh, we have a question.
Yes, we do have our IntelliTravel has great relationships with a lot of hotels and a lot of resorts out there, and all of the countries actually. We have the ability to book with just about every major and some minor hotels with the connections of our suppliers. Does that answer your question? I hope I answered your question. Oh, great. We can definitely talk offline. My information is on my screen. I have a contact me there, and I'm going to send you my email.
Cool. Yeah, one thing I love about travel is it's not a hard sell regardless. Like if you're doing it as an individual or if you're doing it for your organization, it's so easy to upsell things because it's something people are going to do anyway. So it's like, hey, you know what, Zach, I'm looking to take a trip. Okay, guess what? You need a hotel. Guess what? You need this. And you just start upselling on all the other stuff that it's easy to do because it's a natural conversation. That's why, I chose the travel industry to be a part of because it's just such an easy progression in the conversation. It's not, you not really feel like you're selling anything because guess what? Hey, if you're going out of country, you need insurance. Easy. Hey, you're going, somewhere you're not familiar with, you need transportation. It's not a hard conversation. So travel is a great product to have, be able to market itself.
Yeah, what I've learned when it comes to discussing travel with just about anybody is getting over the misconceptions of what a travel agent does and what our role is. People are still prone to jump on the internet to look for prices and things like that, which is fine. But like I tell my people, there are things you don't see that I can see, because there are websites that are just for me that you will never be able to see. And if you do stumble onto it, you can't book because they state on the site, find your local travel agent. There are actually some suppliers who actually prefer you go through a travel agent. With all my cruise training, they've all said, we prefer if you go through a travel agent because a travel agent will be able to answer those questions that you need and find the different add-ons and things that you need. Because in reality, a cruise line can't sit there and answer your questions every 20 minutes you have a question or concern, but a travel agent can. And a lot of times, with us being trained, we already know what you're going to ask, so we're going to tell you up front and get it out the way.
Yep.
So it's better to travel. It's better to go with a travel agent anyway, just in the end of it all. And then if you want to become a travel agent, make a little extra money, I think that's awesome.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Preston said to make sure, you DM him on Twitter.
Yeah, I have to figure out, I have to do that separate. I wish Vlad would be able to connect that aspect right there. But yeah, I mean, this just, what it is. It's really about when it comes to fundraising. And I know even for churches and other nonprofits, fundraising can be something that is very daunting. You have people that don't want to think about dealing with the money and making sure stuff gets paid. And then what is it that we're going to do? Is like, oh, well, we can't do this event. Like up here, it's like, oh, we can't do a crab event. So-and-so does a crab event. So I told him, I said, you do realize about 80% of the people here do a crab event. We're in Crab City. Get over it. But let's do something different than, the crab event. Like to think smarter than, okay, for instance, there is a big crab festival in Baltimore. I mean, huge. Like buses come from as far as New York City to come to this event. Why not just partner with them? So all you have to do is sell tickets and tell them, hey, we're a nonprofit. We're trying to raise money. What's the best deal that you can give us? Because they already inflated their prices. I can tell you that a lot of those things are already inflated. So if the ticket's 50, I'd be like, well, look, let us sell it for 40 and keep $10.
Hmm.
It's less work.
Yep. Yeah. So how do you?
Cool.
So do you just do research on events and just know what's going on in your area?
Yes. Well, I've been up here for a while, so I kind of know what's going on, and then I follow certain people on Facebook. If you go on Facebook, you can actually subscribe to certain events and certain organizations. Like up here, wine is a very big thing. So they do a lot of wine and food tastings. So the organizations that actually do them, I subscribe to them on Facebook. So every time an event is placed up, I get a notification and I'm automatically invited to the events. So, like for my birthday, I'm going to Lingano Winery because they're doing a wine and food tasting event the day after my birthday. I said that's the best of two worlds. And then because it's so far, it's like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour ride. If I wanted to, I can book a block of rooms for my friends. So after we finish eating and drinking and having fun, we can all go crash at a hotel instead of having to drive back.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
I just have I tend to keep up with stuff like that. That's just it's the event planner in me. That was what my minor was in college was event management. So I just kind of keep my ear to the ground of what's going on. And it's about that key word, network marketing.
Hmm. Australia is a great destination. Yeah, I got to get to Australia.
I hear Australia is nice.
Hmm.
I hear it's nice. Now there is this one item of food that y'all eat that I hear it smells funny, but Australians love it. Travel Network guilty, but but they said Australia is nice though.
Hmm.
It's I heard from the that's part of my training.
They're spending 40 million in tourism. Wow.
Oh well, I need to do some research on getting out there.
Hmm.
Australia, what I like about the research that I have done watching the Travel Network shows and the Travel Channel, Australia is the city, the suburb, and then it's like the country, I guess you could say. There's so many, look like this, you can experience so many different things by going to Australia. And it's such a different, it's just, it's nothing I don't think you really could experience anywhere else. Because it's like they have their cowboys, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, there is surfing there. I have heard of people actually going out there to surf
Yeah, cool.
because of where they are and the waves. Surfing is a very big sport, even though some people don't take it seriously.
Hmm.
Surfing is a big sport, and you have to be very talented and you have a lot of balance. Now I know Hawaii is another place that's really big for surfing.
Hmm.
A lot of places in Hawaii, California has some good spots. It does depend on the time of the year as well because of the current. So that does make a difference. Um, but that's actually what can be considered for a travel agent. That is a niche type travel or an affinity group because what you can do is as a travel agent you can find a surf club and put a package together to send them to Hawaii during the prime time.
Hmm.
Yes. And that can be an affinity group where you can actually plan trips throughout the year to go to the major surf zones, I'll call them. In Australia, Hawaii, California, Fiji, to go out there and actually experience that. And you go with a bunch of surfers. And as a travel agent, you're getting income off of the flight and hotel package. You'll have the surf instructors because even though you have people who know how to surf, you're always going to have them few who don't or need more help. And what better way to learn than go with a bunch of surfers? Go with a bunch of professionals. Like if you don't know how to cook and you want to learn to cook, what do? You go to a cooking class or you go to the cooking show type stuff. You go where the professionals go. What is your business, Rotan? Give him a second to type it in.
Hmm.
He seems very I can't remember the word right now. But yeah, there's a lot of different things. And as a travel agent with our company, oh, okay, I know what you do. They're like they're the ones like when you go and visit a website and you want to see what's going on the resort at that time, they actually have cameras that are filming damn near 24 hours. And you get to see exactly what's going on. I went and visited a website. I don't remember where I was, and it said it was live. And I'm sitting there watching people walk up and down the beach jealous because I'm sitting in my office.
He said it, yeah.
But that is a great marketing tool.
Let's see.
I will visit your profile.
Now everybody that's watching this blab see why I hang around. Because she has all this knowledge, guys. Like it's all up here. She just has all this knowledge. I'm trying to learn myself so I can maximize this travel industry because it's just so much. So much.
Yeah, it's there's so much, and being a travel agent, helping your organization is great. Using it to with the community service aspects, and this is not just for Greeks, but it's really for anybody with a nonprofit or a fundraising need. But the income that you can make, just imagine, you might book, it might not look like a lot because you're booking little trips here and there, or group here or there. It may not look like a lot at first, but as people get used to you and used to what you're doing and you network market your business, it'll start to add up. And then when, tax season comes around, it's even better because you can actually start writing off a lot of your things for because of business related expenses. You can write them off. And then if you decide to build a team, which is totally optional, not everybody wants to manage a team, but when you build a team with our core organization, Planet Marketing, you actually make money off of everybody that is under you who stays active every month. You make money for every new person you bring in. You also even have the ability to earn money off of their travel commissions. So my upline can't wait for my people to travel because she can't wait to get 10% of the travel money that I have coming in. And it doesn't take away from your commission. It's on top of it. She gets that. There's a lot of ways to get money. I think Latoya said there was 6 paychecks a month. About 6. And you just look at it. 2 paychecks, 6 paychecks. Or if you're still working your regular job, 8 paychecks.
Right.
I kind of like those odds.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I don't want, for people who are watching, I know sometimes, you think locally. I told the president of my chapter and some of the other people, I was like, I need y'all to think outside the box. I said, you know what, actually, just forget the box, just erase it. What's a box? I don't know what a box is anymore. Let's just get rid of it. There's so many ways that I think what it is for a lot of organizations, nonprofit organizations, they're looking for that quick money. They're looking for that money that will net them something quickly instead of looking long term. So let's just say, because right now the big thing is Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
An average trip for Dubai would be anywhere probably about a little over maybe $1,200 to $1,500 to maybe $3,000 to $4,000, just depending on where you're staying, how long you're staying, things you add on and things like that. But if you can get 10% of every single booking that you do or more, because with airlines, with our company, we can get up to 40% on commission when we book international sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Those little things come up. Planet Marketing is a fairly new company. We're not a startup. We cannot be considered a startup just because of our financial standing. We are doing so well. We're actually running as if we've been in business for about 15 years. But Planet Marketing is the marketing arm of IntelliTravel. Our job is to market IntelliTravel and the benefits of being a travel agent for IntelliTravel. And then we earn commission and residual income for the team that we actually build. So, and the president of Planet Marketing, Donald Bradley, has actually been in travel, I think, 15, 20 years maybe? Mm-hmm. Somewhere near around that, but he has made millions of dollars just from doing travel. Every venture he's done has been travel. So we do travel, and we're about to have an advancement on the American side because we're in 6 countries with IntelliTravel in the marketing arm. We're in six continents right now. I see countries, 6 no, 6 countries. Please don't come back to me later and like screenshot that for me and embarrass me later. But we're in England, and we're about to have an advancement. We're going to have like a travel club on this side. I would definitely love to talk to you. I will respond to your email. But we have a lot of things to benefit the traveler. And teletravel, where we do most of our work from, is awesome. All the training that you could ever need.
Mm-hmm.
That back office is, I mean, there's so much information that there's no way that you can join Planet Marketing and teletravel and say, I don't know how to do something. Between the back office, you can come in live, come on in. You can come take a seat because you might have something that our replayers might want to hear. But they have so much information, and the wealth of information for the people that are already in the business is even awesome.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey.
So I don't have the best view here. It's a little bit slow, the internet, but it'll have to do for now. Hopefully I don't freeze too much.
It's okay.
So now,
I had freezing yesterday.
It was interesting, your conversation, because this year my new plan actually is to network with other businesses that are in the travel industry because of what we do. And instead of me, doing the cold calling, if you will, to resorts and hotels, I figured that travel agents already have that relationship built, and there's another revenue source, talking about different paychecks, another revenue source that you could definitely create. And like I said, it depends upon how good of a relationship you have, but what we have, I believe, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but you did ask, is an awesome opportunity for marketing. And we have a sponsorship program that I think is second to none for any travel-related company that sees it and wants to go along with us on the vision, because we're trying to expand in the U.S. right now in a big way. So.
Okay. Well, definitely, we will definitely talk more offline, and I can actually pass the information on to the president of IntelliTravel, and he can have his people look at it, and he will he can get back to you. I've actually done that for about 2 other suppliers so far, because I get contacted like, oh, they think it's like I'm running the agency, and I'm like, no, but let me get you to the right person. But that's what network marketing is all about. It's helping other people in the network.
Absolutely. Well, and that's,
I can definitely do that.
And that's the thing is, I mean, if he approves it, I don't know how many people you have in the organization, but everybody could be basically, helping out all around the world, and it only helps us, but it also helps you, and it helps obviously the resort and travel destination almost immediately, because we find that we get about 1,000 to 5,000 views per day once it gets set up. So it's not a small number.
What you have is a great marketing tool, because you can look at pictures all day and it may not be right. But if you're looking at a live camera and you're watching people sit there, sunbathe, and drink the drink that you should be drinking, exactly. It's more a pull to say, I need to be where you are.
And the ROI comes almost immediately, because that's exactly what happens. Is they look at it and go, wow, I never knew it was that beautiful. It doesn't show that in videos. It doesn't show that in pictures. And, with pictures and video, you can doctor it up. You might have a horrible resort, and you might clean it up just for those pictures. And then, of course, the guests come there and they're not happy at all. But with live, you can't cover it up. There's no way. And there's so many places you can visit right now live, just from the comfort of your home, just to kind of do the research. I even had people who are coaches that love our site, because they basically send their clients there to relax, just sit there and relax for a little bit, escape from the, dull world of working either for yourself or for somebody else, but you kind of escape, and you do all that planning. So, well, anyways, we'll talk offline, but I wanted to introduce myself. I thought this was interesting. I do want to talk about the fundraising too. I just heard bits and pieces of that. because maybe there's ways we can work on that too. But I don't want to ruin your recording, so.
Yeah, so you can get the link later and you can replay and share to your partners.
Yep.
But I actually love the idea of the HD cam. That actually has enticed me to want to visit certain places over others, because I can actually see what it looks like. Because like you said, there's a lot of things you can do with the camera. The angle can make something look 3 times as big than what it actually is.
Exactly. Well, cool. Well, it was nice meeting you. We'll talk to you soon.
Nice meeting you too.
Take care.
Thank you for joining us.
Awesome. See, great connection right there. So, I mean, I think Mr. James Ferraro will definitely want to link up with him and talk to him how we can implement that. I mean, hey, good connect.
Yes, that is, and that's what network marketing does. It connects you with other people to help benefit both businesses. And just imagine, let's just take this to a whole new level for my Greek organizations. You have your travel agent in there, you're doing your trips, you're making your commissions, the fundraising pod is overflowing and everything is great. But while you're setting all of this up, you're networking, you're making the connections. So during this time, you can make a connection with a future sponsor for one of your community service or fundraising events. So instead of having to raise $4,000, you have somebody that's willing to sponsor $2,000 of it. Exactly. Or for like the ladies where the cotillions and becoming debutantes is getting big again. Those ladies need sponsors. Well, with network marketing, you now have some sponsors. You know, if you build a great relationship with a local hotel or local business, you can in turn have them sponsor, say, you know, we're going to raffle off one night at a hotel or a weekend in a hotel in the city, because you've developed a great network with them. And you have your new business partners, your new friends. You make them feel special. They make you feel special. You're both getting paid. It's a win-win situation, in my opinion. Because that's exactly how I'm getting the Odyssey cruise for our team. I met her through another SARD. I was her line sister, and we've stayed in connect. And even though she told me, she was like, oh, well, you didn't have to call me. You could have just called my sales rep because she's a manager now. I said, no, I'm going to call you because you're the person I know at the business. And I thought it would be wrong to call to try to book something, but not let my Sarah know I'm using her business, your business. I would not have even really thought of going through Odyssey if it wasn't for the connection that I had.
That's it. That relationship is very important. That's why I tell people, you know, people do business with those who like, know, and trust. So, you know, as a group, if we build those connections out, hey, possibilities are endless.
They are. And, you know, and for me, even though I'm in one specific travel agency, I have no problem networking with other travel agents, only because there's always somebody who knows more or has a better connection. And you never know. You might find somebody that might be looking for a better opportunity, and you might be able to help them with the current agency that you're in. You never know. Or even better, they might be interested in your organization and needed an in, and now they have one.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, anybody watching this live can see, like, you know, Tisha has a lot of knowledge, so she know. I'll call her in a second, like, hey, how do I do this? You know, what ideas you have? So, I mean, there's always somebody that's definitely going to know more that you can connect with, get some ideas, and I mean, it eventually becomes a win-win in the long term. So,
yeah, it's about when it comes to travel and when it comes to fundraising, like you said earlier, it's about trust, because you have to have trust in the team that's doing the fundraiser, that they know what they're doing, that they're going to stay on top of things. And when you're doing fundraisers, things run a little bit different. So you really don't have that time to do we meet once a month and then we make moves every 30 days. For a lot of travel-based and event planning stuff, you may have to make moves and decisions every week. You know, so it's a different feel, and it makes it easier when you have somebody that's in the industry already, that knows the know-how, knows the ins and outs, and can help you along with the whole process. And it's like, I just don't think about a box. Boxes are eliminated from this whole equation. There's so many different things that you can do, and I can actually, just based off your location, I can honestly tell you ideas that you can do that would fit you. You know, they may not always be, and they don't always have to be, we have to get on a plane and go somewhere. You know, you can do little things that you can do, like up here, because I'm in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. We can plan a trip to go down to Amish country, spend a weekend in the Amish country. We can go down to Williamsburg and spend the weekend and learn the history of Williamsburg. You know, go to the theme parks and do different things. There's just so many different things that you can do. And I used to live in Atlanta. There's so many different things that you can do around Atlanta, because Atlanta is centrally located to so many different things, because Atlanta is really not that far from, like, if you wanted to do a historical tour, you can go to Alabama and do some stuff.
Yep.
Travel fundraising for Greek organizations and nonprofits. Generally, we can do travel fundraisers for nonprofits and organizations, but there's not. If you're asking about travel for like individuals, I'm not exactly sure what do you mean by like travel for individuals.
No, I think he was asking, are we talking about how to do fundraisers, which we went over earlier in the blab, or we talk about travel for individuals? So this blab was set up for how to do fundraisers for organizations. Particularly, me and Tisha and I are in Greek letter organizations, and we was trying to come up with some ideas on how we can benefit our Greek letter organizations and help them produce income, but at the same time, produce revenue for the chapter. But at the same time, we can still help their travel agent get some revenue as well.
Now, every Tuesday, I do a different themed Travel Talk Tuesday, and this is just the theme for this week. Next week, I will be doing Disney. I got a lead on a Disney contact that I have to follow up on, and hopefully she'll be able to step in and help us. But no, this was basically, like he said, for Greek orgs. We can always have, if you have some great ideas for travel locations, or if you have experience in a certain destination or a certain travel niche like weddings, honeymoons, and things like that, then you're more than welcome to hit me up offline, and we can schedule a blab that features you if you would like, if you have that experience. That'd be great. I would love to be on your blab on Monday. Yeah, everybody is starting up a show, and I think it's great. With Blab, it's a great opportunity to get a lot of information out, as well as obtain a lot of information. I've learned a lot jumping on various different Blabs on various different subjects. But just add me and follow me, and I will get notifications of when your Blabs are, and I'll try to jump in and participate and support, just like you supported us today. It's all about supporting the travel industry. I hate dealing with other travel agencies and travel agents who think that we're their competition. There's enough money for everybody, and I think we should all help each other succeed in life. But I definitely want to thank everybody that did show up. I want to thank everybody that came in and hit replay and learn. I hope that between me and Mr. Zach Shaid, who is representing Omega Psi Phi fraternity, we put you on to some great ideas and some great information. If you do want to learn more about how to incorporate this with your Greek organization, or if you have a nonprofit like a church or a affinity type group or anything like that, just give us a contact. My website is actually under my name. And then you can always just follow Zach Shaid, and you can contact him as well. And I hope that everyone has a great night, and I look forward to speaking with you next Tuesday.